Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the new session of BCS semester 3 with the subject CS16, that is Content Management System using WordPress. In this particular subject there are total 5 units. First one is OOP. Second one is Introduction and Installation with Configuration. Third one is Theme and Widgets. Fourth one is Theme Development. And fifth one is Advanced Development. First, we are going to start the entire discussion with OOP, but before that I would like to justify the title of the subject, that is called as Content Management System using WordPress. So for that, let's divide the entire title into the few parts. Part number 1 is content, part number 2 is management, and the part number 3 is WordPress. Content means data. Data can be in any format. Whenever you are writing any character, that is small a to z or capital A to z, even it's a data. Suppose you are typing any numbers, even it is a one type of data. Suppose you are giving image or some symbols, that is also called as data. And combination of all these things are also called as a data. So content means data. And organizing all this data into the format, that is called as management. And organization of all this content through the WordPress we have to learn, which makes a title called Content Management System. So now, before going ahead, let's clear some basic concepts related to the WordPress. The first question comes in our mind, that why we are learning about the WordPress. What is the purpose of learning this subject, and what will we get after learning this particular subject. So let's clear all these things. First of all, WordPress is a one type of web development subject. Using this subject, by learning this particular subject, we can design our own website. We can design our web content. So first, it should be clear that what does a website means. Website means it is actually a combination of different web pages. Whenever one or more web pages are combined together, it makes a website. So what is web pages? Web pages means it's a page which is designed by the developer, which holds the information of entire website. Generally, websites are of two types. Number 1 is static website, and number 2 is a dynamic website. So first, let's clear that what is static website. Static website means the website where the data remains same throughout the life cycle of entire website, that is called as static website. If we want to change the data, we need to change the code. We need to change the source code, that is called as a static website. Dynamic website means the website in which there is a interaction of database connectivity with the form, that is called as dynamic website. In dynamic website, there is a form and user can enter and manage their data into the database through the database. These types of websites are called as a dynamic websites. No doubt, the difference between the static website and the dynamic website is very small, but this is the exact difference between static website and a dynamic website. But whatever the website might be, static or dynamic, it is going to be executed onto the platform. That platform is called as web browser. So let's clear that what is web browser. In market, many web browsers are available, like Firefox, Mozilla, Google Chrome, Opera, etc., etc. But the most popular web browser which is available into the market is Google. So even in our practical section of this particular subject, we are going to use a browser called Google Chrome, because Google Chrome is powerful, portable, and fast for executing any of our query. Even in this subject contains a two section. One is the theoretical section and another is a practical section. Both simultaneously we are going to discuss about theory as well as possible practicals, because right now we are taking an online lectures. There is a difference to execute the practical over the screen and execute the practicals over the internet. So we'll try our best to give you all the theories as well as practicals. Now, one thing is very clear. Through this particular subject, we are going to learn about designing the websites using the particular tool called WordPress. So WordPress is a one tool which supports to design a dynamic websites. Clear one thing, through the WordPress, we can design interactive, dynamic websites. How it is possible? That's a part of practical, which we will go later on. Now, to execute the practicals of these particular subjects, there should be a required internet connectivity, but it is only for the centralized website. While we are writing the practicals in lab for the testing purpose, it doesn't require any type of internet connectivity. So first, no doubt this subject is related with the World Wide Web, that is www. So it should be clear that whenever you design any website through this particular subject, you make it centralized, which can be accessible from anywhere into the world. So it clears actually the definition of internet. Definition of internet is actually the collection of small networks which makes an entire big network, where the data can be transferred from any source to any destination for any users, for any number of users. That is called as internet. Generally, when we are typing any websites, it should be prefixed by www, that is called as World Wide Web, then dot, then the name of web server, for example mbmcollegerajkot.com, mbm college rajkot, and then .com. .com is a one type of domain. Domain are of generally two types: generic domain and the country domain. In generic domain, various types of domain names, for example .com, .edu, .org, .mil, etc. Whenever the website is specially designed for the country, then it should followed by the extension called IND for India, UK for United Kingdom, etc., etc. That is called as a country domain. Actually, a domain is just like our surname. Our surname represents our caste and additional information. Just like that, domain represents the type and the nature of web server. So these are the basic information which is related with the subject. Again, I would like to clear one thing. Through this subject, we can design dynamic website which we can be centralized for any number of users. Now, as you can see over the screen, into the unit number 1, many topics are there. It is started with the concept of OOP. Actually, this OOP concept is also going to be detailed discussed into the subject called C++, which you are going to learn in this semester also. In this subject, there is a little bit small concept which we are going to follow. That concept contains class, property, visibility, constructor, destructor, inheritance, scope resolution operator, auto loading class, class constraint, and then at last we'll design a one program in which, using an object oriented programming concept, we have to maintain our database by firing the several queries for insert, update, delete, and select. So let's discuss for the same. The first one is a class. What is class? The definition of class is very simple. Class means it's a one type of skeleton. Every human being have a skeleton, that is called as a class, and the human organs are called as their objects. So we can easily get a one thing, that object always resides in the class didn't resides into the objects. So class means it's a one type of parental control structure which contains objects as their childs. The definition of the class is a very simple definition is a class is a one type of superior structure which holds the different number of objects. Another example we can take that, say for example, fruit is a one type of class name, and under that fruit many fruits are there like mango, grapes, orange, etc., etc. All these are called as objects. Example number 3, we can take our classroom. Our classroom, entire classroom is a one class. In that classroom many number of objects are there like benches, board, projector, central processing unit, etc., etc. All these are called as objects. Generally one question comes in our mind that what type of class we have to design and what type of object we have to keep inside that particular class. So that entire thing, entire scenario is dependent onto the definition that you are facing. Try to justify, try to understand what you want to do, and that according to that design the class and recites the several number of objects. So this is the simple definition of class and the object. Now further, say for example, suppose I have designed the one class called A, and inside that I have taken a few objects. Then that object followed by the several properties. Then the second thing which comes in our mind that what is property? Property is related with the objects which resides inside the class. Generally a property means, sorry for the interruption, property means whatever the objects reside in the class contains which type of nature, that is called as property. Every objects which resides inside the class have their visibilities. Generally there are three types of visibilities which is related with the objects, that is public, private and protected. These are the three different types of visibilities which we have related with the objects which resides inside the class. Now what is public, what is private and what is protected? Public means, for example, which is general for every class. In a program, in a single program, we can create multiple number of classes. It's not fixed that in a single program you can go for a single class, and single class obviously holds the multiple number of objects, but in object oriented programming language we can create multiple number of class with the multiple number of objects. That is, visibility is related with that particular thing. Whenever any class access the object of any other class, that object should be in a public manner, that is called as public class. For example, for general example, suppose we are passing through the Nirmala Convent School Road, which is publicly open for anybody who resides inside the Rajkot, even from the resident of India, that is called as public. Private means it is just like your home, your room can access by your family members, your relatives only, none other than that person can access your information, that is called as private. Protected means it's a one type of a wall which is defined by the class for the particular objects, means for some interval of time, suppose a class want to give a permission to the other objects to access the information of another class and their objects, then it is called as protected. I am sharing all this information very basically for unit number 1. Detail you will get into the subject of C++. In short, there are three types of visibilities. One is public, second is protected, third one is private. So I hope all of you are clear with some basic concepts related with the content management system using WordPress, what we are going to learn about the subject, and then even you are clear that what you will get Once the entire subject gets clear, and it helps into the future. So right now, with this discussion, I am completing the first session. It's just a testing session. Then now onwards, we will put a regular session over the YouTube. Thank you very much.